Would you be happy to walk everyone through the journey? So you started, was it just yourself or yourself and a mate?
Yeah, like I said, just myself. Obviously, I'd worked alongside my father-in-law for a little while and cut my teeth and sort of started to understand about self-employment. Day or two a week I worked with him whilst building up my own work. Once my own work was built up, that I sort of went off and just looked after that, which was, again, it was just domestic window cleaning. And that, it's touched on earlier, moved into doing commercial window cleaning, and then it was a bit of a easy progression into doing the office cleaning for the window cleaning clients. And at that time back then, probably 2008-9, it still would have been sort of myself, sort of looking at doing all the cleaning, window cleaning, accounts.
How was it taking on your first kind of member of staff?
Yeah, I mean, I have to, so I remember to this day, it was a window cleaner, obviously having somebody who worked alongside me in the van at the time. And I think, I've spoken to you about this in the past.
Yeah.
And sort of at that point in time, it was, to me, it was a good feeling. And it was one of those that sort of, there was just something inside me that wanted to employ people. So once he was employed, it didn't daunt me, it didn't faze me. It was something that, again, from that point, I just thought to myself, I enjoy this. I want to sort of grow my business. At the time as well, I didn't know where I was going. It was just growing the window cleaning business.
Mm-hmm.
Then it was growing the cleaning business. But all along, I wanted to grow and employ people, bring people along. Again, we've touched on people come into business and start out as a window cleaner and potentially as a cleaner, who end up being supervisors, contract managers, hopefully even more. I'd love to think somebody came through and ended up being a director of the business. And that's where I think I would have maybe succeeded, would class having the business as a success then. So yeah, employing the first guy, it was obviously great, enjoyed it, took that on and started to employ more and more and more.
So what for you was the first kind of big milestone for the business? The one point where you've like, oh, it's starting to get traction.
Obviously, I very rarely look back. That's one of my sort of, I struggle to sort of look back and reflect. But I think I would say one of the first turning points would have been first time we've advertised. So we back then, again, showing the age I'm getting to now, sort of pre-social media, Yellow Pages, an advert in the Yellow Pages, and sort of that advert brought along our first builders clean. So doing a clean for a construction company, which is sort of quite a relatively big part of our business now, working with construction companies. And back then, getting that first clean in, not that I would have known it back then, and it was actually for Steve Gibson's business over at Bulk Hall. Okay. So a construction company was building his new truck MOT garage. So we actually did the builders clean on that. That must be about 10 years ago, 11 years ago. And that was quite a pivotal moment, because that's what's seen us go into working with the construction companies, where, like I said, now at this present day, we work nationally with a lot of the construction companies, and we've got a real good relationship with some of the top sort of main contractors in the country.
Because if I may, it's almost from a business strategy point of view that you had an original product or service, mm-hmm. and then at some point an opportunity came up that you decided to diversify into. Yeah. And then there's been one or two more that you've kind of gone into, which we can touch on in a second. But what's quite very clever is that with any business, no matter what it is, you have a customer that has a pain point, and you were solving one of them. And then you soon realize, well, actually that same customer also needs this, 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 and this. Yeah. And then the ability and just the conscious awareness to then add those into your kind of portfolio and build the business in the right way, almost developing better and stronger relationships as you go forward, it's the perfect way to grow a business. And actually most people actually never do that. So they might say, look, I'm just a window cleaner, or I'm just a marketer, or I'm just whatever. But actually properly looking at what your customers need is exactly what you've done. And then to take it from just a local kind of Darlington Northeast business to how many kind of sites have you got, or what's your geographic reach?
National. So at the moment we do have satellite offices, virtual offices. They are Edinburgh and London, and we've got a base in Leeds as well. We carry out work nationally on a regular basis. We've got projects going on currently in London. We've just finished projects off at the borders in Scotland, and sort of cleaning contracts at the moment, builders cleans and things going on sort of along the M62 corridor, Manchester, Leeds, and obviously up into the northeast.
And what's kind of turnover revenue now? If you're happy to.
Sorry.
If you're happy to kind of share. My point is, what I'm trying to do is it's more just trying to show people how you started just on your own, and you've grown a genuinely national business, which, you know, is more than £1 million turnover, put it that way.
It is, yeah.
But this is my point, is that I'm trying to help inspire and just share the story for guys that actually they start on their own. Like I'm not in a bedroom, but I'm in my office next to my bedroom.
Yeah.
But, you know, people quite literally start a business in their bedroom. And I imagine that you would have never thought actually we'd have offices in Leeds, London, Edinburgh.
No, not at all. Yeah, I mean, obviously that it was never considered at the time. I think my first, you know, you touched on the sort of first goal for me when we first set everything up and I started to move into the cleaning was to reach that £1 million turnover. And, you know, we did that quite early on. And we've sort of moved on from there now. And we're just in the process again of sort of consolidating a little bit at the moment, just so we can move the business on again to the next level. You know, we want to establish ourselves in the other areas now where we're working quite regularly. You know, we want to become established in London. We want to become established in Scotland and start to grow our businesses properly across the country. So
you started in window cleaning, then you moved on to commercial contract cleaning. That's how good my memory is. Then moved into basically to construction cleaning after a building's been finished to clean it out. You expanded from that into doing the hard resin floors for different buildings.
2014, we acquired a business in Leeds, which was a great business, owner-operated business, and we were very fortunate, in my opinion, to sort of be able to pick that business up. I had no idea what resin flooring was, not a single idea. What I wanted was a complementary service to what we already did. So what I could see was that a lot of the clients that we worked for would use this other service, and then the business that we bought, F&G Industrial from Leeds, they had a couple of good clients on their sort of books that I knew I could give my other services to. So we were lucky and very fortunate enough to be able to get that business, and we acquired that, and that was back, like I said, in 2014. I think we've grown that business 700%.
Wow!
In 5 years. So we've grown that business to a point where sort of we have now got we're nationally recognised for resin flooring, and it was only at the back end of last year we were very fortunate to win the Large Commercial Project of the Year award at the FERFA Awards. So sort of in a very short space of time, we've sort of been able to get ourselves established. I think for the first 2 or 3 years of bringing that service in, it was quite difficult getting over that barrier of we're just a cleaning company.